Hey there, everyone. It's Zoe. Shocker there, I know. Today I encountered this again, and I guess I kind of want to put it out there for everybody that I know, and honestly, everybody that I don't know too. I am really, really tired of hearing people say things like, "I give up." And that's for a couple reasons. Not because I think that, you can't give up, but giving up is reserved for riddles and video games. And even with the video games, you probably just go to the video game tutorial and then you keep going again. So just don't even pull the Legend of Zelda I give up. So what I mean by this is, sometimes my friends will, and we all have struggles, and I know that, and some struggles, in my mental hierarchy are higher than others. And I do understand this, but at the same time, giving up is not an option. And I don't want anybody to think that I don't know what it's like to want to give up, because I every day wake up and I think about how I have to go through each day, hour by hour, and each hour, minute by minute, and sometimes I have to go through each minute, second by second. That's, my whole clinical depression issue, but that's not even what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is somebody saying that they give up, because I want you to think about what that means. I get it, you're frustrated, everything just seems kind of like it's just all ganging up on you today, and it's like, well, I'll give up for today, and I'll try again tomorrow. And sometimes you don't even think you're going to try again, but don't you dare tell me that you're going to give up. You can think it and you can say it to anybody else you want, but don't you dare tell me, because the day that you give up is the day that you stop living. You can be breathing and you can be surviving, but you stop living if you give up and you think that there's no chance that things are going to get better. Because why would you? Why would you try? What is your incentive to try if you don't think that things are going to get better? And nobody knows what better looks like until they're there. And everyone's like, there's the light at that end of that tunnel, everything's gonna get better, everything's gonna be fine. I will not bullshit you and say everything is going to be fine, but everything is going to be better. And I'm not going to tell you that it's easier than it is, and I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to tell you that, oh, tomorrow it'll be better. Because yeah, it sucks right now. And it might suck a little bit more. And it might suck for enough time that you want to give up, but if you dare freaking tell me you give up, I swear I will be very mad. And that's not good for anybody. Anyway, but it sucks right now. It's gonna suck a little more. But people love you, and people want to see things get better just as much as you do. In fact, a lot of the time it seems like people want things to get better for me even more than I do. And they're going to be there when things are bad, and they're going to be there when things get better. So, everyone says this word hope. And, I've spent a lot of time, quite honestly, thinking about what does hope mean. And, there's no light at the end of the tunnel that you can see right now, maybe. Or maybe you have this little vision of what better is. But, sometimes I tell people, I say, I can see in my tunnel, I can see just fine. But the light in front of me is it's all the same, and it's maybe gradually getting lighter, but I can't tell. So, I know what it's like to not think that it's going to get better, and I know what it's like to need help and to not know what help even looks like, and I know what it's like to have everyone around you not even know what help looks like, and they all, try to come at it, and sometimes it's easier to just hide in your own skin, to hide in your own head, but I promise you, no matter how far and how fast you run, you will still have your own head with you, which is maybe unfortunate, but it's the only thing that you have. So if you have already decided that you give up, then there's no point anymore. That's the day you stop living. And I know that a lot of people say, I give up, and they don't mean it. They mean it like, well, today is like a riddle. I can give up on the riddle. But you know what? If you say I give up, then somebody will give you the answer, and then you can never have that riddle again. And maybe Maybe that sounds better, like, oh, well, I won't have to deal with this anymore. But do you really want someone else to come into your life, swoop in, and just snap their fingers and have everything go away? Yeah, that sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah, but, you know, you look at your struggles and you see who you are. And maybe you look at them and you think, well, if that's who I am, then that freaking sucks. But when it gets better, that's going to be part of who you were. Maybe it's going to still be part of who you are, because these struggles are what make you who you are and what you are. And so these parts of yourself that you don't like now, you're going to look back and you're going to say, this event, this point in time is when I decided that I need to make a difference in my own life or in someone else's life. I don't, whatever your deal is. But you cannot give up, because the day that you say, subconsciously or consciously, I don't care, you say the words, I give up, you're done. And done isn't an option. And I will, my whole issue about, suicide, I'm sure I'll tell you all another time if you haven't heard it already, but don't you dare leave everybody who's ever known you and ever cared about you and ever would have gotten the opportunity to know you and care about you. Don't you dare steal that opportunity from them. And if that is the only thing that makes you get out of bed in the morning, then you damn well better get out of bed, because it is not fair. And I know that everyone says life's not fair. But if you're so mad about things not being fair, it's got to start somewhere. Don't you dare take that away from these people that you care so much about. Don't do it. Don't you tell me ever that you give up, because I will pull you into a hug and I will give you this. It's like 7 minutes and 4 seconds at this point. I will give you this and I will seem really angry and I will look really scared, but I love you guys so much. And sometimes it doesn't look like I'm doing things in a way that are helpful for people, and sometimes I'm not. But I don't want you to give up, because you guys are the reason I get out of bed. You guys are the reason that I make it minute by minute and second by second. Because, if you think about it, I could just sit here in my bed. I don't know if you can see. Yes, this is my bed. I could sit here and I could never get up, and I'd be dead in a week. But I don't do that because, one, I kind of like this thing we have called indoor plumbing. And two, I don't want to be gone because I don't want to give up, because things are going to get better. And you have to know that. And if you don't believe that, I don't care. Don't you ever tell me you give up. So, there you go. Have a great day, everybody. I'm sure that was like a fun 8 minutes of your life. So, goodbye.